My name is Dr. Sherri Tenpenny. My background is in emergency medicine. I was a board-certified emergency medicine physician for 12 years. I opened a clinic called Osteomed 2 in Cleveland, Ohio in 1996. And since that time, we've done a variety of alternative medicine techniques. A lot of them involve energy medicine. There's two types of medicine in the body. There's chemistry and there's physics. Chemistry is the food you eat, the drugs you take, the supplements you eat and take. And then there's the energy part, which is the physics part. And a lot of conventional medicine practices energy medicine every day. They just don't format it that way. When they do EKGs and EMGs and MRIs, those are all forms of energy medicine. So moving on to dealing with and working with energy tools like the Acuscope and myopulse was a real easy transition for me. I was at a facility where my husband had a tooth pulled. He had had an abscess tooth that was suddenly flared up. We went to a doctor's office and he had the tooth extracted, and when the anesthesia wore off, he describes it as feeling like he got a mule kick to the side of the head. He was in extreme pain, almost hallucinating. He was in so much pain, but my husband really doesn't like to take drugs or medications, so he was refusing even like Tylenol. And John Thorpe happened to be there with his Acuscope, and he treated one treatment with the Acuscope on this extracted tooth. Within an hour, my husband Kevin said to me, "You know what, the pain's like 98% gone and I feel like almost 100% back to normal." He went to bed early that night, woke up the next day, and said the pain was completely gone and he's had no problems with it ever since. So that made me a believer by seeing the absolute immediate results that my husband got from just simply one treatment with the Acuscope. The thing that impresses me the most about this technology is the immediate results. I'm an osteopathic physician, so I'm very attuned to structural types of medicine. Most of the time that requires a series of treatments to get better. I'm also trained in medical acupuncture, and I have an acupuncturist that works in my office, and I know that that takes a series of treatments to get better. I've been very impressed by how fast this technology works and that you can see improvements right away. If you go back to ancient China, what used to happen years ago is that people paid the doctor to keep them well, and then only if they got sick did the doctor have to treat them for free. I would love to see some sort of a paradigm like that happen today, where people are in the mode of going to the doctor to stay well, to do things from a health perspective, to get their energy systems rebalanced, to get their nutrition in line, take the right supplements to stay healthy, and pay the doctor to keep them healthy. And then if they do what the doctor says and they get sick, the doctor needs to take care of them for free. I'm going to be joining John Thorpe in his institute to help with business development. I see a phenomenal opportunity here for these machines in a variety of different settings, in individual doctors' offices, in chiropractic offices, things that have to do with animal husbandry and horses. I see home care for chronically ill people. I think it is an absolute magical tool that has a huge, bright future that I'm happy that John has asked me to be a part of helping to develop down the road. So if we can make a difference in terms of lowering that healthcare cost and improving healthcare quality or health quality with these types of tools and technology, the future's wide open. It's almost a blue ocean space. It hasn't really been defined yet. Well, I'm one of the most outspoken doctors. I've written 2 books on vaccines. One is called Foul, Bird Flu, It's Not What You Think. It was written in 2006, and everything I said in 2006 has become prophetic and occurring in 2009. I've done another book called Saying No to Vaccines, a resource guide to all ages, because vaccines aren't just about children. I mean, there's adolescent vaccines and adult vaccines. And people need to know that they have choices. They need to know that they have options, and they need to know that they can simply say no. It seems interesting to me that every time the pharmaceutical company wants a little money, they create a little hype on the news, and the coffers of the government open up, and more billions get poured into their bank accounts. I think that it's a synergy between big pharma and the government more than it is any reality to the general public. Using things like the Acuscope and the myopulse, using other types of things like nutrition and supplements and exercise and structural medicine, that's where doctors are going to really begin to see changes in people's health, and I think they'll like being doctors again. Doctors were the 3rd leading cause of death in America. 106,000 people a year died under supposedly appropriate care. That's a huge statement. There is more than a major overhaul that's needed for all of conventional medicine. When you look at the entire institution, it's pharmaceutical-based driven. The drug company money funds the medical schools. The drug company money funds the drugs that the doctors do. In fact, I think the pharmaceutical industry is a phenomenal business model. I wish I'd have come up with it. You know, that you have people